Yo, you're watching the Screaming Fish here, guys, and today is the first episode of Screaming Fish's Retrospectives, where I look at my first initial thoughts on a video game that I first played. It can be any video game. It doesn't have to come out this year or anything. You guys can even recommend what games I should play, and then do this on this series, basically. And if you want a better explanation of what the series is, then it'll be in the description below. But without further ado, let's look at my first initial thoughts on Fallout 4. So, without further ado, let's get into my first initial thoughts of the game. Cue the music. First off, I'd just like to say that this game is amazing. Look at those ratings. Brilliant. I'm only an hour and a half or so into the game, and already I'm living through one of the best gaming experiences I've ever done in my life. Sure, there are a few glitches here and there, but everything else is done so brilliantly that I couldn't care less. The graphics and visuals look phenomenal, and added with one of the biggest open worlds I've explored just makes the game even more fun to play. Honestly, exploring the post-apocalyptic madness that is Fallout 4 and interacting with all the people around, from farmers to settlers to bandits, was the main highlight of the game for me. Everything just has so much backstory to it, and so far I've not found one city or town or person that is even slightly annoying or has a very disinteresting backstory. And it's all done so perfectly. Every character in the game is so well fleshed out. You can also trade things with people. Like, you can trade them with supply. You can give them supplies, or some supplies or weapons for some better weapons or some better supplies. It's very cool. The gameplay is just a joy, with some of the best weapons I've ever used in a game before, such as the pipe pistol and loads more. I also like how even the slightest explosion from a bomb far, far away, see what I did there? Star Wars reference. Or eating one of the mutants you encounter can cause you to get infected with radiation, which can kill you over the course of time. So, speaking of the radiation, boy, this game has some weird-looking animals, We've got two-headed cows, we've got two-headed moose, and giant freaking mosquitoes that scared the fish out of me when I first encountered one, and giant roaches. So if you have a phobia of insects, then I suggest you do not play this game if you do. But anyway, we've also got the groundhog mole things that dig underground and grab you from behind, which can get a little annoying at times, but I can't resist saying that they look hideous. Oh, but if you think that's all you'd be fighting, oh heck no, you'd be fighting raiders to soldiers to ghouls to super mutants to death claws, which are basically giant scary lizard-looking things with claws of death written all over them. All of them. A lot of these enemies are really hard to kill, even with a minigun, and the ghouls, which are radiated people who have lost their minds and kill everything on sight, are just genuinely terrifying, and that's what enemies should be in games like these. Bad, terrifying, and hard to look at. So what are my initial thoughts on Fallout 4? So far, well, while I don't have an initial opinion on the game because I'm only an hour and a half into it, I love the game. It's one of the best games I've ever played, and I promise you, once I get more further into the game or complete it, I will have a full opinion on the game. And yeah, I definitely recommend it to people who are a fan of the post-apocalyptic genre, even if you're a moviegoer who would rather watch Mad Max Fury Road on the couch four times, which is something I have done. But yeah. So guys, those were my initial thoughts on Fallout 4. I do hope you enjoyed this, and I will be continuing this series with other games, maybe even Call of Duty Black Ops 3 even, or Halo Guardians maybe. So yeah, I will indeed see you guys in the next one. Goodbye guys, see you later, and don't worry, and be sure to subscribe.